I was at the mall yesterday and I saw this little shop that had these back to school supplies section, and while I was getting some deja vu and a whirl of memories from my school days came back to my sad little head. Anyways, from K through 12, I think we can all relate how teachers love to fearmonger students. I mean, I think we all remember the famous Mean Girls sex ed scene. If you have sex, you will get pregnant and you will die. I remember before entering 6th grade. By the way, where I lived, 6th grade was the start of middle school, and I'm aware some start at 7th and some only do grade in high school. But anyways, for me and the rest in the same boat, we all had middle school from 6th through 8th. But my 5th grade teacher, during half the second trimester and the entire third trimester, would preach over and over about the responsibilities of a middle schooler. Quote, "Don't write your name across the top page. It looks unprofessional. Your teacher will be disgusted and think you're not ready to advance further in your life." End quote. By the way, she used my paper as an example of that. And then she continues saying, "Bring your planner with you all the time and you better write in it and come up with whatever is up in your school life or your life will be ruined." And then one giggle during class time and you're ruining your school career forever. And that will follow you until adulthood. And many more. It got to the point I would get so scared and paranoid, and I don't completely blame my teacher. Fortunately enough, I had a pretty good student-teacher relationship with her because she was mostly very supportive of me, but there were times she would get a little overboard with some of her teachings of life lessons. And well, the other part is that this was before I was diagnosed with the diagnosis of OCD, anxiety, depression, etc. She was obviously fully aware too. I mean, we were taught about the changes in our bodies, but also some lessons of social life and emotions. But not much of a deep dive with mental health. So yeah, the closer our 5th grade graduation came, the stronger the warnings. And I can tell you, those warnings she taught 98% of the time did not matter. Instead, I had to worry about a whole totally different side of middle school life that I wish I was told about. I mean, even worse, this was 2009 to 2011. Kids have it much easier these days. I mean, I heard cyberbullying has gotten worse today, but I can say is that I never got involved in social media during those years because they were obviously nothing but trouble. But I wish I had the information that is available today on the internet that is much more easily accessible than how it was back then. That would have saved me a lot of trouble. Another fear-mongering tactic was quite common in high school, which I believe many can relate. But teachers, including parents, would always warn about the horrors of adulthood and give advice, even though the advice would be absolutely terrible and have no relevancy to our futures. For example, teachers tell us we should make the right choices. First of all, that is a vague, broad, and cliche statement everyone gets drilled in their heads. Second, why the hell not get taught about money and managing it? Yeah, no? Yeah, because screw making right decisions when we don't know how to manage money. I had a teacher who was going through a type of cancer, and every morning he would have a Mountain Dew and donuts for breakfast. Great life choices! I don't think teachers get paid enough. Their attitudes towards students do not help. Maybe they should get that raise to brighten up their lives a little. Another thing I hated about my school days are these cult-like events, and this is K through 12. There would be these events that are practically so pointless it makes me wonder why I'm even alive in the first place. Like, am I supposed to like going to a Deadbeat musical of these kids dressed up as a bunch of Santa Clauses but have shaving cream as the beards? Yes, that has actually happened. And people would love it. Literally except me. Imagine a 10-year-old singing in their squeaky voice ho 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 at the top of their lungs, flapping their arms like a chicken for no reason whatsoever, and the shaving cream just dripping off their face. Then they start partially choking on the shaving cream while people are laughing like it's the most amusing and harmless sort of entertainment to ever occur in the entire town. I don't care if they are applauding out of pity, which from what I have seen, it looked like they actually like those performances, or I am that easy to dupe. Because I don't want my tax dollars going to shaving cream cosplay just for the sake of an unnecessary school tradition. I want my tax dollars to go to much better cleaning supplies because god dang, let's not kid ourselves, Clorox lemon scented surface cleaning wipes are not the all cure for every mess made by every kid of whatever year they're in. And that's my next issue, cleanliness. I was never taken seriously when how much I wanted things to be clean, mostly after getting diagnosed with OCD, but who the hell cares, right? Look what happened in 2020, you idiots. I warned you all. But anyways, back to the cult-like events. In my opinion, this includes pizza parties, sports events that get taken way too seriously. Nothing wrong with enjoying a sport, but it shouldn't be a religion. Now, pizza parties. Why pizza? There is a strange obsession with pizza in the US that I cannot grasp. I mean, before discovering I was lactose intolerant, I always would get so sick from consuming so much of that dairy-rich food, and I would sometimes throw up. That's why I thought I had this problem, like anxiety or whatever, but it just turns out dairy makes my butthole sputter. That sounded wrong. Don't get me started with the hardcore investments with a book franchise that is so overhyped and practically pointless. Okay, if anyone is a fan of any popular books, don't kill me, please. I just think of the investment by schools can get a little overboard. I'm not here to rant about fandoms. That is a whole other video. But can we appreciate some books that are super underrated? Like, so heavily underrated that when I make a mention, people look at me all weirdly like, don't know that title? It must suck. Stop. Stop it! One last cult favorite that I hate so much. Bad tie-dye jobs. I don't have a problem with tie-dye for the most part. Is it overhyped? Yeah, but there are some tie-dye jobs that look really nice depending on the colors used. No, but with the schools I went to, are people at my school colorblind? The color combinations would always look like somebody used vomit instead of paints to tie-dye their shirts or whatever they used to paint. The colors would be horrendous and people would love it so much. No. And it would always include the colors like expired mustard yellow, poop brown, and Mountain Dew green. Stop. And even if they weren't super ugly, they would be the same repetitive, boring design. And this is, as teachers would say, be creative and original. Yeah, every shirt would look the same. Now, a team design thing where it has to look the same is an exception. I will accept that. But for the most part, there are no excuses for such abominable acts. But anyways, that will be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave a like and check out my videos. And if you like my content, subscribe and click the cute little bell to get notified. Thank you everyone for the lovely support the last few weeks. I had a very blissful trip at Belize, and I honestly couldn't be more grateful. Even with the current events, I want to thank my amazing friends for being by my side and helping me through the tough times. But about the trip, let me know. I don't know, give a like or comment if you like a separate video about how my trip at Belize went. It was very interesting. I guess it's just I really like to share it, but it's really up to you guys. It's kind of different content to what I usually do, but if you like a story time for that, that'd be great. I'd definitely do it. Sorry for that little sappy ending. But yeah, so today I will be going live. Maybe today or tomorrow, depends how many people are going to be participating. I'll be going live to play a game by Capcom. No, it's not Phoenix Wright, but by the creators of Phoenix Wright. I'll be playing Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. I love that game. I played it years ago and I want to play it again. And hopefully you guys will join me either today or tomorrow, but that depends. I'll be letting everyone know on Discord, or you guys can be like, hey, I'm available today or tomorrow in the comments. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thank you and goodbye, and have a good day.